Go. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Frank Presents the Play Call. We are not that far away, 32 days from Thursday Night Football, making our first predictions for Week 1. Oh, my God. How's everybody doing? June, how you doing?
I am doing good. I'm here on the road. I was meeting up with a few friends of mine, eating some breakfast or whatnot, and I lost track of time. But doing amazing. It's 92 degrees, and the humidity here is horrible. But we're all alive, so we're blessed.
That's what's up. Bree, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Got my coffee. Just woke back up about 45 minutes ago. I'm doing good.
Yeah, it's a good day over here, too. It's not too hot outside.
The quote of the day. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Bree.
No, it's just not too hot outside.
The quote of the day is, when you seek comfort, you won't get unique results.
You won't get unique results?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it. I agree.
That's one of my favorite Tomlinisms.
I like that.
I like it. I like it. When you look, you will not. When you look, you will not find. Unless you're looking really hard.
He said, I had another brain fart. He said that seeking comfort, like you should never be comfortable. Never ever seek comfort, And the more you seek comfort, you won't get those unique results. Another one of my favorite Tomlinisms is, of course, the most iconic one, the standard is the standard. Netflix should come up with a docuseries and call it The Standard, featuring Coach Tomlin.
I like that. The standard is the standard. So what we got first, Bree? Let's go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah, so I guess I'll do the topics. I guess Frank opened today. Do you know this was all June's job? We actually took a vote once we stopped recording last week. So
well, I didn't think we're gonna get put on blast, Frank.
We all took a vote. It was 3-1 that June was going to introduce, read all the notes, and then close out the show. So Frank, thanks for opening. I guess I'm gonna read all the notes. June's not doing his job. So
however, listeners, we just wanted to
we are one team, one fight. But you guys
we wanted to prove this. We wanted to prove to you guys that we are one team, one fight. That's why we all came together and figured it out.
Correct.
You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. But we also, as a team, hold each other accountable so we can be better. So the standard is the standard.
If you see comfort, you will not find.
Excuses are tools of the incompetent, and that is what you gave me, June.
What was that? What was that?
And that is another Tomlin. That's another.
Hold on, really quick. What was the original quote that you said just now about comfort?
When you seek comfort, you won't get unique results.
All right, I'm glad that you didn't seek comfort into me opening today, because that's exactly what happened. You seek comfort, you did not get the results.
Let's jump
on to the first topic.
That is a big lie. Because you know what seeking comfort on this is? Seeking comfort is Frank introducing. I read the notes every week. That is our comfort, because that's what we're used to. That's seeking comfort, doing our everyday routine, seeking comfort. The unique results would be June opening, reading notes, and closing. That is a unique result because that never happens.
No, it could be broken down different ways.
Okay.
No, it's not. All right, Frank, you know what I'm talking about.
All right, the first topic, let's go.
So Eli Apple joins the Miami Dolphins. The only reason why I put that on there is because they posted it and Tyreek Hill tweeted and was like, "Oh, I can't wait for practice." As you recall, the Chiefs and the Bengals AFC Championship game in 2021 or 2022 for the Super Bowl 2022. there was a lot of beef going on after the Bengals won and a lot of Twitter war. Eli Apple, of course, started it, you know. So I think it will be interesting watching him cover Tyreek Hill at practice. How do you think that he will fit into the Dolphins organization? And do you think they brought him in because Jalen Ramsey is out for half of the year?
That's exactly why they brought him in, because Ramsey was out. And I'll be honest with you, I think it's going to make him better. You know, we've all criticized Eli Apple when he was on the Saints, when he was on the Giants, and then when he went to Cincinnati, he made some decisions. Him and Tyreek went back and forth. But I think that he'll fit in good because they do have another good corner there. He's not the only one, you know. And when you got to go against Tyreek Hill or Waddle every day in practice, you're going to get better. And if you don't get better, then, bro, you don't need to be playing. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be playing because there's not a lot of receivers in the league that are at the speed of Waddle or Hill or the talent, you know? So everybody's different. Like, you know, Tyreek Hill's a shorter receiver where Jamar Chase is a taller one, bigger in stature. I think it's going to make him better. But I hope it makes him better, you know, that he is going up against two great receivers, two of the fastest receivers in the league every day during practice and maybe improve some of his skills. So I think he'll be okay. I think he'll fit in. You know, let's just be honest. That's another team where Tua could stay healthy. The best defense is going to be their offense because they can put up a lot of points. So I think he'll be fine.
I don't know, man. I think I never thought highly of Eli Apple. I mean, I think he's a decent corner, but I mean, yeah, he was brought in for that specific reason. And it's good. I mean, you're gonna go against, you know, highly, you know, arguably the best receiver in the league, which is gonna only make you better. And I think with all that talent over there in Miami, that I think that's pressured talent, which is now it's gonna apply a little bit more pressure on yourself to be that much better. Because I mean, if you look at that roster, I mean, it does speak playoff bound, and depending on that corner, because like Frank said, defense wins championships, and you're part of that statement. You have no choice but to bring it. So I don't know. I wish him the best. You know, I hope that they could change. I hope he's so good that they change his little avatar from that little toast to his regular face.
True.
So I have another question. If let's say Jalen Ramsey didn't get hurt and he didn't have to get surgery, do you think that the Bengals would have picked up Eli Apple for another year, or do you think he would have still stayed in free agency?
I think he would have been free agent. I don't think he I think that the Bengals know what they had and they know what they needed from him. And you know, he I don't think that was it. You know, he's played on the Giants, I want to say 2 other teams in 2018. Then he played for this New Orleans. The Giants again, back to New Orleans, to Carolina, and 2 years in Cincy. He hasn't been in one place for too long. The longest place he's been at is the Giants, you know? So he's not – he started with 78 games, 5 interceptions, 79 yards, and that he returned, no touchdowns. He's got, I guess, 1 fumble, 7 fumble recoveries, 2 yards total on that, 335 tackles, 273 solo. I mean, he's got 7 tackles for loss. It's not like his numbers speak crazy numbers, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I'll put up Jalen Ramsey's, or I'll pull up another corner. It might be so much better and so much more, you know, I guess impressive. But now I don't think they would have signed him up. I think they would let him go. We can agree that there was times when he played, he was the weakest part of their defense, you know?
The Super Bowl.
Yeah. So, yeah, way different.
The AFC Championship game last year, I remember all the memes about him going to Cancun, and everybody was on him.
And that's the thing, that you gotta be. That's worth it if you are a value to the team. You know what I'm saying? You become I want to say a hindrance, or you become a distraction more than a value. Then it's you gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta go, but also, like, you know, I'm all for it, talking your shit. I'm all for all of that. But he do it so quick and so soon, and it's just like you're not that guy. You're not top, you're not elite, you know? So, and when you do it and then you provoke people, you know, you could be like, you know, I'm Himothy, whatever, you know, all that stuff they say. He is him, I am is, you know, whatever they fucking say, you know? But when you provoke people and then you get burnt the way you get burnt, and you don't perform the way you talk, oh, they're waiting for your downfall, you know? And that's exactly what happened after the Super Bowl and after the AFC Championship game last year. They waited for his downfall.
They waited. And then that's the thing that, you know, we said it, you could be a help or a distraction. And I just feel like he hasn't been I was looking at his numbers just now, and I owe him an apology. His numbers are actually better than Jalen when it comes to interceptions. He has more interceptions than Jalen does, which is crazy. But like in comparison to, let's say, Jonathan Jones from the Patriots, he got more interceptions than he does. He got 11, and you know he doesn't have as many. So, you know, it just depends. I don't know. I think he would get burnt on the Giants. He was the problem with the Saints, and even on the Bengals, man. Like you said, the Super Bowl, and the Bengals didn't have. I don't think their defense was top 5 at the time. When they went to the Super Bowl, but bro, you couldn't make stops. Like I don't know. It just, to me, like I said, when your gameplay is not as good as your mouth, then you need to go. So I don't think the Bengals would have kept him. I think they would have got rid of him anyways and left him out, or maybe brought him back at a cheaper rate, because if they see that nobody wants him, hey, you know what? We can give you the league minimum to bring you back, and you know, and you're playing for a chance to win a Super Bowl. So.
Yeah, I agree, man. If the Bengals really wanted him, they would have signed him before the season ended, or they extended him during the season.
Correct.
All right. Next, we had the Hall of Fame game of Thursday, August 3rd. The Browns defeated the Jets 21-16. I'll go first because I wrote down some notes in my notes app about it. I took some notes. So one, the first half, the Jets look good, you know, and they look good because, to me personally, their quarterback, they started Zach Wilson, you know, and they look good. The minute they took Zach Wilson out is when they started decreasing, and then their defense also started decreasing a lot. I also put Cleveland might have a kicker problem. So his name was Cade York. He missed the opening field goal attempt of the game for 3 points. It was a 49-yard attempt. He went wide right. He went way too far right. The next note I put was the Browns' backup quarterbacks looked pretty good. So the first half you had Kellen Mond. He looked okay, but the minute Dorian Thompson-Robinson came in, he looked good. And you know they have Josh Dobbs again, my little Nicky Morat, and then you also have Deshaun Watson, right? So I would love to see Josh Dobbs and Dorian Thompson Robinson, compete for that backup quarterback spot if anything was to happen to Deshaun Watson. Because I think Thompson Robinson looked really, really good. And the minute he came in after the second half or during the second half of the game, it was like day and night. It was like a whole new switch when it came to that offense. You also saw him running when he knew that his wide receivers weren't going to be able to catch. Whoever they had as tight end was horrible. I don't know who they're. I know it's not their starting tight end. No starters played. But you can't rely on the tight end. He dropped every pass that was wide open and nobody was covering him. Your wide receivers are covered. You have to run the ball. They didn't really use any running backs during the Hall of Fame game, as I saw. And if they did use running backs, the running backs got stopped on the line. So I think he looked really, really, really good. He came out of UCLA. He completed 3 of his 5 passes for 31 yards and gained another 30 with his legs, and a 16-yard touchdown run. And then last but not least, it wasn't a Hall of Fame game. It was a Aaron Rodgers interview with the Hall of Fame game in the background.
Yeah, I felt they did talk to him a lot.
They talked to him the whole game.
Yeah, like it was like, bro, what are you?
It was split screen. It was like Aaron Rodgers and then the game in like a little box in the left corner.
It was annoying. I felt that like you said, the Jets came out good, came out strong, and I thought they were going to win. And then
the minute they took Zach Wilson out, it was over.
Then I saw the Browns come back, and I felt that the Browns might have a better team all around, because they didn't play their starters, and they actually looked pretty good out there as the backups fighting for a position on the team. Very pleased with what I saw. Obviously we didn't go in there expecting we were going to see Deshaun Watson versus
Hall of Fame game. I don't know if people assumed that or thought that, but
you can't have
a lot nervous because he was frozen.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. I do think that if Cleveland was smart, right? Because now you can have 3 quarterbacks on your 52-man roster, which is now a 53-man roster. And I'm sorry, Kellen Mond, but I think that you're going to be on the practice squad, and Dorian Thompson Robinson will be that third quarterback on the roster because he proved himself. He brought that team back.
I mean, like I said, like what I saw, and to me, they looked ready. They looked good to go. They look like the backups can play. So what that tells me is that if something happens and you need that extra cushion, you're gonna have it. And I think that that's good. We know it wasn't gonna be the starters, and to have backups in there, sometimes you expect this game, but they actually look pretty good, to be honest. I was pleased with it.
I agree. We're June left, so we'll get his thoughts later on this. The next topic is on Bree's segment of He Got Paid. He got paid. 4-time Pro Bowl DE Matthew Judon and Patriots reach agreement on a contract adjustment that will take his original $2 million guaranteed 2023 to $14 million fully guaranteed in 2023. The adjustments approved the original 2021 deal and will allow Judon to make up to $18 million this year.
I'm happy for him.
He got paid. That should be the GM, because one thing about Judon is anytime there's a free agent on Twitter, he's the first one. Hey, check your inbox. Hey, check your DM. Hey, check your text. That should be the GM.
As a player, he came over from the Ravens, I think, and he's a good man. He's good. He's been good. He's been consistent. He is a force out there. So I'm happy that they paid him the money, but that's Belichick don't have a problem paying people that he thinks are going to be worth it and don't create no problems. I think that was good for the team.
Frank, look.
Who's that number 7?
That's my child.
Oh, that's Juju, really?
Yeah, he got some facial hair now. He's a grown man now.
Oh.
He's like, Mom, can I grow it out and grow my hair out? I say, yes, of course. Like, you were a grown adult. You got a Super Bowl ring. You can do whatever you want.
But yeah, Judon getting paid, I think is good. I think it's I like it. It makes sense to me. They're gonna need that defense to be stout because if you're trying to compete, you're gonna need a strong defense, and he's definitely a force to be reckoned with out there on the field. So, good to see him get paid.
They're saying that Mac Jones looked really, really good at training camp. He connects with Gesicki really, really well. They scored a touchdown as well. He also connects with Juju, and then Juju scored a touchdown, and they have their own little touchdown celebration dance.
Oh, really?
Belichick is not a fan of the dancing, but Juju's gonna Juju.
Anyway, look, you produce, you'll be fine. You don't. Yes. You're gonna find out because Gronk did a lot of stupid stuff, but Gronk produced. I don't really say much. I don't speak highly on the team because it's my team and I don't want people to think that I'm biased or blinders. But I do expect Mac Jones to do better this year. I expect that offense to do better this year because they got an offensive coordinator in the building. I think people don't want to admit or be honest as to how he was going into his second year. He's still developing as a starting quarterback. And you put a defensive coordinator and a special teams coach to coach him, they're not going to be able to do for him what an OC, a real offensive coordinator or offensive-minded coach can do, like Bill O'Brien. What's my man that just went down to the Raiders? Man, I can't think of his name right now. McDaniel.
Mm-hmm.
Or even Charlie Weiss when Brady was there. You need that. A lot of people I hear on Speak, and I can agree that since Brady, Belichick's numbers haven't been great, and before Brady, they weren't great. But he went to the Browns, his first team as a head coach, man. He had to build that up. And then he gets to the Patriots, and they were doing okay, but they weren't winning like that. It's just...
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I'm expecting him to do better this year. I'm not saying they're going to go win the division, but I expect them to do better.
This is now called X. It's not Twitter no more, by the way.
It's throwing me off.
So this is Mac Jones. So Brooklyn. And then we have Mac Jones runs it. And then Mac Jones. So he has a lot more. All right, am I back?
Yeah, you back.
Okay. You can see he has a lot more chemistry with the new offensive weapons that he has on the Patriots. I hope they're not tackling or anything. It's training camp. People don't want to get injured in anything, but he is also creating a off the field relationship with his offensive weapons, and I hope they do come around, and I hope they do. You guys might also get Leonard Fournette as well. Yeah. Hoping it's not Zeke. I hope it's more Leonard Fournette, So we'll just see what happens with that team. I wish them nothing but the best, my son now plays for them, so I have to root for McCorkle and Juju. So yeah.
Yeah, I think, what you think, June?
Which part? 'Cause there was a lot said, so I'm not really sure what the question was.
No. We're just talking about preseason, Mac Jones, how they're looking, X, Y, and Z.
Well, I know we spoke about it last time, about how the Patriots they didn't
But now
make like the.
video, there's video evidence.
I don't know, but what I was saying was, I know we didn't speak too much last time. Well, we spoke a lot last time about how much the Patriots they didn't make a lot of noise in the offseason. I mean, I don't know. The Patriots it's been an interesting ride these last couple of seasons without Brady. They didn't have a horrible first season without him. Then they had a mediocre one, in my opinion. So it's kind of interesting to see what they're going to do this year and how Mac Jones is going to look with all these other key pieces that they brought in recently. So again, I think all the fingers are going to be pointing at Bill Belichick and see how he's able to develop, especially with that debacle and the OC situation they had last year. So we'll see what happens, how it unfolds. I think that we'll have a better season going into this year just because of that OC situation.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have a more stable one, so to speak.
I agree. They should have a more stable one, and being that O'Brien's coming from college, and being that Mac Jones only 2 years removed from college, he should still be able to reach him and train him and kind of coach him the way he needs to be coached to be successful. I believe that if they minimize the turnovers, if he minimize the mistakes, and can have a season like he had his first season, I think that they'll be in a better position than a lot of people want to give him credit. We know that Belichick does good against young quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Mac Jones' first season, he went 10-7. He threw for 38 yards with 22 touchdowns. I want to see his interceptions go down a little bit. He had 13, but I think that if he can minimize the mistakes that he's making, and make right decisions, throw the ball away, take what the defense is giving him, don't try to force it, and just do that, he'll be fine, man. I think he'll be fine. I think the team I'm not saying they're going to win the division, but could have a better season than last year. Last year they went 6-8. Seeing them go 9-7 or 9-8 would be dope.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next, we have some nominees for the Hall of Fame 2024. Yesterday, Saturday, they had the actual Hall of Fame for the Hall of Fame class of 2023. Didn't watch it, seen clips. It was beautiful. So I'm gonna read some notable owners that are semifinalists who can be in consideration for Hall of Fame. And two owners that really stuck out to me, because I don't know the other ones. No, actually, there's a few that sticks out to me. No, there's only two that sticks. Oh no, there's a few. So you have Dan Reeves, Art Rooney Jr., and Robert Kraft. And then some players: Julius Peppers, Antonio Gates, Eric Berry, Jamal Charles, Brandon Marshall, Kyle Williams. You also have Reggie Nelson, Andrew Luck, and a lot more. Right now, with score-wise, Julius Peppers is leading with 54 points, and right behind him is Antonio Gates with 38, and then Eric Berry with 32. So, do you think that Andrew Luck will be a first ballot Hall of Fame for class 2024?
You go first, man. I'm looking at some stuff, so
I don't think so. I give him a lot of credit. I give him a lot of credit for the situation he was put in and all the suplexes he got and still got back up. I mean, he wasn't a horrible quarterback and all this extra stuff, but I mean, what did he really accomplish as a quarterback? He retired, um, and that was that.
He's the
Again,
only on the list that I see so far.
no, I don't know. I don't think he is. You know, I think there's other players that had longer tenure that stuck it out and did their thing. Not saying that he is a horrible person for retiring when he did, because that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying I don't think he is a first ballot Hall of Famer at all.
Do you think the way he retired was pretty savage, though?
I think it was screwed up. I think it was messed up. I mean, if he knew he was going to retire last year, he should have said that to the team. They would have been a lot more prepared. Um, and that was that. But I mean, if that's how he felt, I'm not knocking him at all. But
I think it's
an organization,
a savage move. I agree it's screwed up, but it was a savage move. You know,
how you gonna ask me a question and then just answer it? Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Well, June. Me and you, we're low key beefing right now. Okay.
We're not low key beefing.
Why are you blinking?
But yeah.
Why are you blinking?
Yeah.
Why are you blinking?
So
because my eyes would get dried up if I don't blink.
Here's my thing. I don't know if he's a first ballot. I don't know if he's even a second year. Luck did a lot of good things in his tenure, right? He played from 12 to 18, so what's that, 6 years, 7 years in the league? Mm-hmm. His first 3 years, he was 11-5 consistently. He amassed over 13,000 yards. He put up a total of 86 touchdowns in those 3 years to only 9 and 8, 17. So that's 27, another 16, 43. Well, no, it's pretty fair. Yeah. To like 40 something interceptions. Then then the team started struggling. He only played 7 games in 15. 16, he played 15 games. In 15, he was 2-5. 16, he was 8-7. Didn't play the whole year of 17. And then now he's in 2018, he went 10-6, threw for 4,500 yards, 39 touchdowns to only 15 interceptions. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you if he is a Hall. I don't know. I don't know. If he gets in the Hall of Fame based on a record of 53-33,
I'm boycotting.
With a 60% completion rate, 23,671 yards, 171 touchdowns, 83 interceptions. I don't know. I feel like if that's the case, then it's
bias, and I'm boycotting because I feel like if he could be first ballot, then why wasn't James Harrison or Hines Ward first ballot this year?
Exactly. That's the whole point. Exactly. So if that's the case, if we're gonna do that, and he's a first ballot based off that, then I wouldn't mind seeing why Fred Taylor's not in the Hall of Fame for what he did while he's with the Jags. I mean, again, his numbers are not going to be up there like certain people, but as a running back, he mattered to that team. When you look at what's what I'm looking for? When you look at running backs and what they did and the impact, I mean, Fred Taylor had just as much impact as anybody in the NFL.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm trying to see. He's number 30, ranked 30, and I guess that's probably where you're going to get him. And but ranked 30, he had a total of 11,695 yards, 66 touchdowns. He rushed for 2,534 times. I don't know. I feel like people, if we're gonna do that, then we need to start looking at other people that probably earned it and had to do it. Luck didn't have an offensive line. We already know about that owner. He's not the best. I think the dude be doing drugs and drinking anyway. Then he get caught with a DUI or DWI with everything in the system and including every other drug he can have. But I think that that's the case. Yeah, we need to look at different things because other people should be getting into that matter. That's probably have more of an impact. Like if you look at James Harrison, he has a Super Bowl ring. So does Hines Ward.
And they were very pivotal to the teams that they were on, you know.
He ran back interception for like 100 yards
And
and died on the field. Like
yeah. Then he went to New England and got another Super Bowl. Did that same year?
No, he didn't win that year.
Y'all didn't. It was no, because it was the Eagles.
Yeah, we lost. I thought.
I remember.
Yeah, me too.
Oh
I remember that.
No, because I was like, this is why you don't go to the dark side.
he was again, there's a lot of players out there that, to me, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing Julian Edelman. If that's the case, if we're going to look at what impact and when they showed up, I mean, his playoff numbers are a lot better than most people. He just doesn't have the resume in the regular season, you know? But to answer your question, I don't think he's a first ballot, but will he be a first ballot? Of course. People like Luck. They like him. The voters, this is not, I think this should be voted by Hall of Fame players as well. It shouldn't just be like broadcasters.
Do you think him also becoming an analyst as well as helping his case?
Who, Luck?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so. I think I think people like him so much that his case is already made, you know? Yeah, he way he did the team, and like you said, Savage or like June said, he should have gave him the heads up if he knew it. I think a lot of people commend him for putting himself first for an organization that wasn't going to take care of him, and I think that's where he's going to win the battle. And the fact that, like I said, his numbers aren't that bad. I would have to look at what these what these passing leaders look like. Let's see. So in the conversation of
breaking news.
What's up?
From Ian Rappaport.
Mm-hmm.
Week 1 is in question for Joe Burrow, regular season.
Really? Because of his calf?
Mm-hmm.
That's soft tissue, man. That thing, let me see.
1 minute ago.
So look, Andrew Luck is not even in the top 70 players, okay? He is ranked currently 90 out of all quarterbacks that ever played the game in his yardage. 23,000 yards, 23,671. Archie Manning got more yards than him. Bob Greasy got more yards than him. Jeff Garcia got more yards. Who else? Hell, Jim Harbaugh has 26,000 passing yards. I'm trying to think. Trent Green, 28,000. Steve McNair, 31,000. Cam Newton got 32,000 yards. So you're telling me that if Luck goes in the Hall of Fame first ballot, we going to let Cam Newton in first ballot? Just saying.
Yep.
I'm just I'm throwing these out there because I don't Romo, 34,000 yards. Derek Carr, 35,000 yards. Alex Smith, 35,000 yards. So what I'm saying, McNabb, 37,000 yards. So if what makes him a Hall of Fame player? What's the caliber we looking at? That's what I want to.
I'll ask the NFL commissioner.
You know, it's just the truth. Look, the top 10 quarterbacks right now, all time passing: Brady, Breeze, Manning, Favre, Big Ben, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Dan Marino, Aaron Rodgers, and Eli Manning. Top 10. Out of this top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are retired. No, 8. Sorry, 8. Only ones active is Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, and that's it. That's it. And immediately after that, you got Matthew Stafford, and that's it. The next person will be Joe Flacco at 19, Russell Wilson at 21. So when we look at this number, he's 90 overall. He doesn't have a Super Bowl to his name. I don't even know what his playoff appearances look like or his numbers look like. No, if he gets in the Hall of Fame first time up, then Cam Newton should retire and wait 5 years. He's going to get in the Hall of Fame because he at least went to a Super Bowl. He does have MVP, and he broke records.
And Justin Herbert should retire too because he's going to be.
Yeah. If he goes in the Hall of Fame first ballot, then the system is flawed.
More breaking news. Ja'Marr Chase on Joe Burrow's calf. He told him, I'm going to just quote Ja'Marr Chase. I told him, with all honesty, I don't want him back week 1. As long as he's back by week 5, we'll be good.
That's the problem with the soft tissue, right? This is soft injury.
The calf injury, yeah.
It's gonna bother. So if you wait, so who they playing week 1?
Let me pull up their schedule. Hold on.
Playing the Browns in Cleveland. You cannot afford your starting quarterback to be out the game. In the first game of the season is a divisional game.
So they have Browns, then they have the Ravens.
Yeah.
Then they have the Rams, and then they have the Titans, and then week 5 they play the Cardinals. So you have 2 divisional games in the first week. I understand where Ja'Marr Chase is coming from, and all, like, I don't want him out there. I want him, healthy. As long as he's good by week 5, we'll be good. But that's 2 divisional games in the first 5 weeks, So that means even though week 5 is the Cardinals, so let's say he comes back week 6, right? Let's say like weeks 1 through 5, he's out. He got the Seahawks, then the 49ers, then the Bills, week 6, 7, and 8.
And he's got to knock off the rust. No, it's not. Look, man.
And knocking off the rust will probably take you about 2 games, So that's the Seahawks and then the 49ers. You're going to knock off the rust with that defense? And you already know your O-line is suspicious.
He needs to. They need to go ahead and shore up that offensive line. That's all. Shore up the offensive line and What's up, June?
No, my bad, man. I was yelling at the dogs. They're fighting for a bone.
Go ahead, June.
No. I was telling Frank, I was yelling at the dogs because they were fighting for a bone. One had one end and the other one had the other end. I was trying to mute it.
The last topic we have, and then we have 2 videos and then pictures and then game. So the last topic we have is Alvin Kamara was suspended 3 games for violation of personal conduct policy for his role in the altercation around the time of the 2022 Pro Bowl. He has pleaded down to a misdemeanor, settled his civil suit, and said today he was completely wrong. Chris Lamons of the Colts also suspended 3 games. He was also involved in the brawl in Vegas.
So I think 3 games is good. He pleaded guilt, like he did his thing. But I'm looking at the schedule and they play on week 3, they play. I just seen it, friend. Why can't I get my mind right? They play the Packers. They should be able to pull that out. Week 2 is a divisional game against Carolina. So they need to, that's a crucial game in that division. And they're playing the Titans in New Orleans. So, I mean, they can probably go 2-1.
Yeah, they signed running backs Jamal Williams and drafted Kendre Miller. They have been preparing for an absence from Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I mean, look, Derek Carr's going to make or break that team, to be honest. And they got Taysom.
They have Taysom Hill, who's now tight end, but they also signed Jameis Winston to another 1-year deal. I think this is like his 4th 1-year deal.
Keeps experience on the team, They got Olave. I don't know if Michael Thomas is back, but you got some fits in there, and they can be okay. And they got a good defense. They just worked out a deal with Cam Jordan, so he's on the team through another few years. Making them, again, they're in a good position to win that division if they if they just don't screw away the games and Derek Carr plays decent,
Mm-hmm.
let me see.
I want to give a special shout out to Jameis Winston. To Jameis Winston. I mean, my man is playing it financially smart. I think he's probably made as much money as some of these other starting quarterbacks than in the last 3 years or so, based on the what he keeps doing with these 1-year contracts. He's starting to probably settle in the realization that he's probably not going to be an elite starter, and I'm not saying he can't be, but he's probably in his mindset, hey, you know what, I'm not going to be starting, anytime soon, the way that this quarterback stuff is going and the way he's been injured. So let me just sign these contracts, get paid easily, and be financially set for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And possibly win a Super Bowl somewhere as a backup like McCoy and them did. So, and the Kamara thing, I think this was the longest awaited consequence that we've been waiting for the longest. I thought this would have been handed out a long time ago, but guess not. So
they had to wait for trial and court and all of that stuff as well.
Yeah,
AKA,
but still.
he paid the man. He probably paid for his face to get redone too, because he needed a new face after that.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers out there. Derek Carr has a 64.6 or 65% completion rate career. And he has 35,222 yards. He's thrown for 217 touchdowns to only 99 interceptions. I don't know, man. I think that that's a Hall of Famer, bro.
Who?
Derek Carr, man.
Okay.
I say that, man, because what's crazy, right? And I don't mean to go back to it. I don't, but it's just it's bothering me, right? Because it's like, what are we considering Hall of Fame?
You know what? I agree. That's 100% first ballot compared to Andrew Luck.
You know what I'm saying? What are we considering? I think it's so disrespectful when you look at players. So again, and if we go back to that top 10 list that I called out, I said who you had: Brady, 7 Super Bowls; Manning, 2; Eli, 2; Big Ben, 2; Aaron
The
Rodgers.
only one that's top 10 that doesn't have a ring is Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers. And it's like, bro, what are we saying? Like, what are we really saying here? It's like, are we looking at totality numbers? Are we looking at statistics? Are we looking at the impact to the game? Because like I said, Fred Taylor was an awesome running back and meant so much to the Jags. I mean, he went to a team that wasn't going nowhere and played there forever. He could imagine him with the Steelers or another team, or the Ravens, or somebody in his prime that he can help elevate to a Super Bowl. He was stuck in Jacksonville, and he even admits staying there for the wrong reasons. In some of the interviews when you hear him talk. And what are we? So Andrew Luck first. What made Luck so spectacular? How many AFC Championship games did Luck go to? I'll wait. I think he went to 1. Hold on. Let me see. I think he went to 1. No, it wasn't an AFC Championship, because I think that year he's 4-4 in the playoffs. He was 0-1 and 12, and 13 he went 1-1, and 14 I think they did go because he was 2-1. That means he had to win 2 games and lose 1. So he had to win the wild card, the divisional, and go to the AFC. I think he lost to the Patriots in the AFC Championship in 2014, and then he went 1-1. So it's like, bro, what are we doing? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, see, he went to one, he got blown out 45-7.
Crazy.
45-7. So, I mean, I don't know. Again, I just feel like what are we looking at when we start talking about Hall of Fame numbers? If that's the case, man, Brady, Breeze, Peyton, all of them should have retired after they hit 23,000 yards. That's it. Boom. I'm gonna make it. I got rings. Like, no, bro. I just don't. It just is, and it's not to say that he'll never get in. Okay, it's not to say that. But I think they get hung up on his talent of what could have been, that it never became because he retired the way he did. Because trust me, when there was rumors about him coming back, I wanted him to come to New England because I knew we were gonna have a good offensive line and protect him. You know, and he's a good quarterback. He's phenomenal. He has a strong arm. He has a good IQ. But I mean, bro, your numbers ain't matching. It's like girls that get BBLs. The legs don't match, bro. Your numbers ain't matching. They're not matching. They're not giving Hall of Fame when you're number 90 ranked all time quarterbacks. And you got passed by Mahomes already. And don't get me wrong, again, Mahomes ended up in the perfect situation, just like Andy Reid did when he went to the Chiefs, had a team, you know, great system. But bro, nah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'll get off my horse now. My soapbox. Just disrespectful, bro. Like, if that's the case, Jimmy G is a fucking Hall of Fame player. Hold on. Let me see. Jimmy Garoppolo. Now I'm curious. Bro, okay, not so much. He only got 14,000 yards. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so next, y'all want to do the 2 videos first, or do you guys want to do pictures first?
Do videos. We can do videos. It's fine.
Okay. It just goes with the theme of what I've been saying this morning when we first started the podcast. So hold on one second. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Mm-hmm. See.
Okay. We already saw those. Okay, here's the first one.
Favorite Tomlinism, don't get caught in the minutia.
We do not care how you got here. And 8 pounds in a 5-pound bag.
Standard is the standard, man. The standard is the standard.
Don't seek that comfort.
You like cut their eyeballs off them, man. Oh yeah, you do be saying that.
No. He be saying routine plays routine. I got 2 of them actually. The first one is going to be pressure is forever relevant. You're either feeling it or applying it. And it's always about the next one. About the next punt, about the next rep. Control what you can control.
And
Favorite Tomlinism.
My favorite little segment, grilling and chilling.
Welcome to another episode of Grillin' and Chillin'. I'm Zach Gentry.
I'm Pat.
And today we have big footlong dogs, big dogs, for the big dog here, Coach Tomlin. Welcome to our show, Coach Tomlin.
I think I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's got his patented coffee. It's 98 out, so I think we're ready to get started.
All right.
So this is just a hot topic here. The people need to know, which way does Coach Tomlin put his toilet paper? Does he drape it over the top and grab, or is it an underneath grab?
Underneath grab.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, I'd like to see the statistics on that. Somebody run the stats. That might be like an 80-20 deal. Underneath. Okay, what do you, Pat? What do you do?
I'm over the top.
I'm an over-the-top guy all the way.
Why?
It's easier.
That must be like a left brain, right brain thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to rip, I feel like.
Are the aviators because you cut your eyelids off? What's the deal with the aviators?
I wear contacts and my eyes dry out in the sun. There's a story behind the story that's probably less interesting than one I could have made up.
How old were you when you cut your eyelids off?
Man, it's a continual process.
Okay. What is one thing, like we all know you've been in Pittsburgh for a long time. You love Pittsburgh. But what's one thing about like the city, you could say traffic, something like that you don't like?
Road construction is ridiculous. You can never anticipate it. It never happens at off hours. It's like they start fixing bridges at 9 a.m. when everybody's on them. That's my one complaint.
So basically, we can say that you're going to be coaching at one of the premier college programs next season, then, right? Because of that, the USC type. That's breaking news. Coach Tomlin hates the city, and he's out.
You know, it's got to
He's
be
ready
a
to
pretty
get
big booster.
out. What is Coach Tomlin's favorite Tomlinism? If you could pick one, do you have one?
From an application standpoint, don't seek comfort.
Don't seek comfort?
Yeah.
Okay. Pat, do you have a favorite?
There's a fine line between squashing grapes and making wine.
Okay.
I like that one because I like wine. So
I like it.
You like wine?
Yeah.
What's yours?
No, I don't know. I do like the if you're a blinker, cut your eyelids off, but that leads me to my next question. If you're stranded on a desert island and you can only take 3 Tomlinisms, and one of them cannot be the tedious repetition of routine action, what are they?
Don't seek comfort would definitively be one. First rule to getting better, show
Showing
up. Would definitively be another.
There's a lot of them.
Learn to love to be miserable.
Wow, that's a good one to round out being stranded by yourself on a desert island. A desert island. Okay, is there a time in your life, past, present, where you can definitively say you left some meat on the bone?
A lot, unfortunately.
A lot?
Yeah, I speak from experience.
Do you have an example of a time you left some meat on the bone?
Man, I seek perfection. I think we always leave meat on the bone, man. Each and every day of our lives, man. I think the key is to minimize it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not perfect by any stretch. Every day of my life.
Gotcha. This one's a little more personal. Penn State or Michigan, in general. No PA bias. Just straight
Big
up.
blue.
Big blue?
Big blue. Big blue.
Why is
crazy.
that?
As a young coach, Lloyd Carr and company, man, were so good to me that I drink the Big Blue Kool-Aid for life.
All right, love it. You heard it here first. That's where he's going. He doesn't like the construction in town, so he's going to Michigan.
if you were to pick a son just to live your rest of life with, who would it be?
A what?
One son.
Out of my 2 sons?
No, your 2 sons.
Oh, that's difficult. I take my daughter.
No, that's not an option.
Oh, it's not an option.
It's not an option.
Yeah. I don't know. They both got different skill sets and talents. I'll take Mason. He's got stronger academics.
Was your wife your first kid?
I just thought those were funny videos.
It was good. I like it. I like it. It was different.
So one of his the Tomlinism where he says if you blink, I'll cut your eyelids off, right? The reason why that's one of his Tomlinisms is because he says when you blink, you miss an opportunity.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I like that.
So make sure you don't blink, June. That's why I asked you why you blinking, because I was gonna say I'll cut your eyelids off. So now we got pictures, okay? What's your favorite Tomlinism, June? How about we'll do that first? What's your favorite Tomlinism?
What is yours?
Oh, I got a lot.
I like the routinely one.
Routine. I forgot how it goes, but yeah, the routine one. The
Learn.
routine one is good. Routine
I
plays
think-
routinely.
Oh yeah. That was always my thing too. I think it bit off of me, to be honest with you. I've been seeing it for years. So I'm gonna leave that there. But I think the other one, learn to love to be miserable.
Learn to love to be miserable. Don't seek that comfort.
Yeah, that definitely should be yours.
No, I think one of my favorite Tomlinisms would probably have to be if everybody was so perfect, there wouldn't be no coaches.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I've heard him say that too.
why did he leave?
No.
I think that one. Another one is that he says is if you're so easy to replace someone and not help them, why coach?
Mm-hmm. I've heard him talk about that.
Mm-hmm. And then another good one is, I'll tolerate you until I can replace you. And then, of course, the iconic, the standard is the standard.
Standard is the standard.
Okay. June, I hope you're coming back. Okay. So we're going to do pictures first. Yep. Okay. While we wait for June. So the first one is start, bench, cut. Saquon Barkley, Isaiah Pacheco, and Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, because the two veterans are actually good running backs.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll probably go start Jonathan Taylor. Bench. This is gonna be weird. People are gonna look at me different. Pacheco, I'll probably cut Saquon.
Yeah, I was gonna start Jonathan Taylor, bench Pacheco, and cut Barkley. That was mine.
And the only reason is because Saquon's been hurt so much in his career that if I knowing what I know now, would I really want to have him around, just occupy the spot when I could have a younger guy backing up Jonathan Taylor, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this one, start, bench, cut, LSU edition. So these are all LSU wide receivers. Odell Beckham, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
Well, I'm going to start Jamar, bench Justin, and I'm cutting Odell. Injuries.
I'm starting Justin, benching Jamar, and then cutting Odell. Okay. Next. So this is something that we could talk about. So these are the top 20 free agencies still available as of August 2nd. You have Dalvin Cook, Ben Jones, Dalton Risner, Yannick, don't know his last name, John Johnson, Taylor Lewin, Melvin Ingram, Jadeveon Clowney, Ezekiel Elliott, Casey Hayward, Kyle Van Noy, Justin Houston, Matt, don't know how to say that last name. I'm really bad at names, everybody. I don't know if you guys noticed by now. Rashawn Evans, Teddy Bridgewater, Jarvis Landry, Troy Hill, Kareem Hunt, Duron Harmon, and Carlos Dunlap.
So, so what was your question?
So there's something we could talk about. Out of these top 20, who do you see getting picked up? The top 5 you see getting picked up first?
Dalvin, Clowney, I think Kareem Hunt will go. Jarvis and
what about Teddy?
No, I don't think people.
Someone, yeah.
So the reason I went with those guys,
Oh, mm-hmm.
Clowney's good.
Melvin Ingram is on here too.
He's out there too, but he's 34. He's he's a defensive end. So yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I went with those guys because they can matter. They can help out. Van Noy was solid as linebacker. But you know, Dalvin Cook's already visited 2 teams. Josh, let me see. I'm trying to look. Who else I said? I said Clowney. You know, Clowney's problem is it's hard for him to stay healthy at times.
Hey, he's very injury prone.
But he's good when he's on the field. Jarvis he's a solid wide receiver. I mean, the passing league, you know, so why not?
Him on the Saints didn't really help his stats, in my opinion.
Yeah, but then look at what the Saints was doing too. You know, they didn't really, it's not like he had Drew Brees throwing him the ball, you know?
Yeah, that's why I said him playing for the Saints didn't help his stats. Yeah.
But I think him and Kareem Hunt, especially Kareem Hunt, 28 years old. And what I like about Kareem Hunt, that he's a pass catching back. So
I messaged Dad on Facebook and asked for an interview with him.
You said what?
Did I message his dad on Facebook and ask if we could interview his son?
Yeah, why not? Go for it. That'd be dope.
His dad calls me beautiful under all my pictures. It's weird.
They use it to advantage. But no, I think he's a good running back. I've always liked Kareem Hunt. Always. Always. And I feel like when they got rid of him like they did, I get what happened. I understand, it's not something that should be, praised, but still, bro, like you cut him and then y'all win a Super Bowl. So that's me. Who you got?
I have Dalvin Cook, of course. I also have Kareem Hunt. I also have Jarvis Landry. And then those are three, right? Kareem Hunt. Yep. I have Teddy Bridgewater. Someone is going to need a backup quarterback. I could honestly see him going to Houston, to back up CJ Stroud if Long Neck isn't worthy of it, and then I also have Clowney as well. But I could see Zeke getting picked up too because of who he is,
Yeah, there's some other guys we could mention. Just to pick 5 from this list is kind of rough because you're looking at what people still need. But Lewin was a good offensive lineman. He was offensive tackle for the Titans. Yep. Like I said, Melvin Ingram on the right team could be still chaotic. And Ngakoue was also another good defensive end.
John Johnson III is also a good safety.
Yup. So and he's 27, he's young. You have I'm trying to think of offense, man, because you got people that are gonna need offensive linemen and offensive people out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Van Noy at 32, he doesn't do bad in the right system. He's actually pretty good.
Yep.
So I would love to see more people get picked up, but right now, like you said, Cook and even Ezekiel Elliott, why not? In the right team where he doesn't have to do everything by himself, I think he'll be effective.
Yep, why not?
Yep.
All right. So teams with the most expensive offense in 2023. So you have the Browns with $151.7 million, the Chiefs with $138.3 million, the Lions with $135.6 million, the Raiders with $133.2 million, and the Broncos with $131.2 million. A lot of the reason why these teams are so expensive is because of what they paid their quarterbacks, i.e. the Broncos and the Browns.
Yep. And all that money spent, only one team has put up multiple Super Bowls in the recent years. So, that I put something in the chat before we recorded from Twitter. They were saying that possibly restructuring Dak Prescott's.
I saw that.
I don't know if they're going to do it or not. A lot of people are giving him a lot of slack, man. They're blaming him for the lack of success that the Cowboys had and not getting to the big game with the roster they have. I'm not going to say it's all his fault. Last year, definitely, he threw the interception that cost him the game. But I ain't going to say it's all his fault. I think that's kind of wrong. But I think this is good.
All right. So which quarterback had a better career? Quarterback A or quarterback B? So quarterback A had 44,806 passing yards, 334 touchdowns, 123 interceptions, 2 MVPs, 8 Pro Bowls, and 3 Super Bowls. Quarterback B had 44,408 passing yards, 315 touchdowns, 89 interceptions, 1 MVP, 7 Pro Bowls, and 4 Super Bowls.
I'm going B.
Yeah, 4 Super Bowl wins. Okay. Now, do you know who each quarterback is?
Well, 4 Super Bowl rings is either going to be Bradshaw, or Montana. But it's Bradshaw. I think Montana's numbers were a lot better than that. I don't know who A is.
Are you ready to be shocked?
Yeah.
They're both Brady. Brady with 3 Super Bowls and a Brady with 4 Super Bowls.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
The quarterback A is Brady's numbers with his first 3 Super Bowls, and quarterback B is Brady with his last 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna be like, well, one of them has to be Brady, but during his first 3 Super Bowls or his
Better career.
Mhm.
And so I know career-wise, he has 7 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. So yeah, it was kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like a trick, you know?
Yeah.
It was a little tricky trick.
I mean, but those are impressive numbers, you know?
Mhm. So Brady his first 3 Super Bowls and Brady his last 4 Super Bowls.
That's crazy. He actually had 2 careers Hall of Fame worthy.
All right, so these are the new 2023 on-field helmets. So the Arizona Cardinals got new helmets, Cleveland Browns, Denver Broncos, Detroit Lions, Indianapolis Colts, Minnesota Vikings, New York Jets, Philadelphia Eagles, Seattle Seahawks, Tennessee Titans, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with their creamsicle jerseys. Now, out of this list, pick your top 3 helmets?
Oh, top 3 Colts. I like the Seahawks. And I always like the Vikings. I like their color. I don't know why. So Colts, Vikings, and Seahawks.
Mine would be the Colts. I love that creamsicle helmet by Tampa Bay. And the Jets. I think the Jets' new helmets looks pretty dope. Okay, and then this is funny, right? It's just sports all around. Build your perfect kickball team with 5 players, $15. Man.
Well,
Kickball. So if you had a kickball team, you were the coach of a kickball team. Pick your 5 players, $15.
that'd be 5 players.
5.
I was just gonna go Messi, Ronaldo, and Mbappe.
No, you have to pick 5 because the kickball team is 5 people, so you can't.
I know.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'll probably do Jesus, I don't even know who half these people are except the ones that I've actually seen and follow. I don't think Giannis is actually gonna be good at a kickball, but hell yeah, man. Look, give me Justin Tucker for $3. Give me Christian Ronaldo. That puts me at 8. I'll take Mookie Betts. That puts me at 10. And Mbappe, that puts me at 14. And then I'll take John Cena for that's 50.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna pick John Cena. So I'm gonna go Messi for 5. All right. Then I'm gonna go Justin Tucker for 3, so that's 8, right? And then hold on, let me get my calculator out so I could do some math, right? Then I'm gonna go Boppy, that's 12. Then I'm gonna go Mookie Betts, because he's iconic. So that puts me at 14, and then I'm gonna go John Cena number 1. You know why?
Why?
Because you can't see him.
Oh my God.
That's my secret weapon. You can't see him.
Listen. Oh shit, that was good. I'll give you that.
All right, all in their prime. Think about prime. Start bench cut. Antonio Brown, Calvin Johnson, and you have Marvin Harrison.
I'm starting
prime.
Antonio. Is starting. I'm probably benching Calvin Johnson and cutting Marvin Harrison.
I'm going the same way. Start in prime Brown, benching Johnson, and then I am cutting Harrison. Okay, that's it. So I guess June has some family stuff he has to work on. So last but not least, this is only for Frank. Rank these players without knowing who's coming next. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna do running backs first. Okay. Okay. So first we have Derrick Henry. Where do you rank him 1 through 5? I'm writing him down.
Derrick Henry, I put him 2.
2. Okay. Nick Chubb.
I put him 3.
Sure you want to do that, Frank? Saquon.
1 through 5, you said? 5.
No, you might be smart. Cam Akers.
I put him 4.
And last, I didn't put the picture, but Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm kidding. Number 1. No, I'm kidding. No, this is number 1. Jerome Bettis.
That's fine too. See, I'm fine.
Yeah. I would have done Bettis, Chubb, Henry, Akers, then Barkley. Okay. And then last we have is safeties. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Some old and some new.
2.
Hold on, right. My phone is acting up. So you put Ed Reed at number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can't see it. Dawkins, sorry.
Oh, I'll put him 3.
Buda Baker.
5.
Minka.
See, I don't know who you got next. So
It's a current. It's a newer.
oh, then I'll put him 1.
I lied. Troy Polamalu.
What you gonna do? I would have put him 1. You're a dirtbag.
Polamalu 1, but Mika 4.
Yeah, Minka 4 and then him 1.
We'll only do that because I lied to you.
Because that's why I put Reed 2. Because
You knew Polamalu was going to be here.
I like Troy, so 1, 2, 3 Dawkins, that's fine. Minka 4 and Buda Baker 5, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. So mine would be Polamalu, then Dawkins, then Reed, then Minka, then Baker.
Okay.
So that's that. That's it. That's all we have. That's all we have.
Well, another good week, another week closer. We got preseason games this week, so next week, and we'll have something to talk about. Obviously, we probably won't see starters in some of these games. However, it gives a look at what they're looking at with backups and how teams are put together. And go from there. I think we have games on the 9th, right? The 9th. Let's see.
So I'll actually go. I can actually go through the list really fast. What we can do is we can do our preseason predictions.
Yeah.
So we'll have Nikki and June for week 2, but we could just knock out ours really fast.
Yeah.
So let me do just 2 lines real fast, and then put Frank and Bree. All right, so Thursday, August 10th, we have Texans at Patriots. Again, this is preseason.
I'm going Pats at home.
You're going Pats at home?
Yeah.
I'm going Texans. Vikings at Seattle.
I'm probably go Seahawks at home.
I'm gonna go Seahawks as well. Okay, next on Friday, August 11th, we have Steelers at Bucks.
Steelers.
Same. Okay, we also have Packers at Cincinnati.
Packers. They,
Same.
they're not gonna play their starters, so
Next, we have Falcons at Dolphins, Miami.
um
I'm gonna go Falcons.
you said Falcons at Dolphins. What happened to Giants and Lions?
That's next. I'm going off of ESPN.
Yeah, I'm on ESPN too.
Yeah, it goes. Mine says
Oh, see, mine is reversed on the computer. So okay, Falcons and Dolphins. I'm probably go Falcons. Dolphins ain't gonna start their guys, and then I'll probably go.
Giants at Lions.
I'll probably go Lions.
Me too. Commanders at Browns. I'm gonna go Browns after how they played during the Hall of Fame game
I'm gonna go Browns too.
with Thompson. Broncos at Cardinals.
I'll go Broncos.
Go Broncos. Did you see that video I posted of the Cardinals training camp? And when he threw the ball, it hit him in the helmet.
What you doing?
Huh?
So, what were they doing?
They were practicing like they were running a play.
I know that I'm saying, but what were they doing? Like I know they were practicing, but that can't be practice.
How embarrassing, like that's embarrassing. Next we have Saturday, August 12th, we have Colts at Bills.
I'm gonna go Bills at home.
Same. Then we have Titans at Bears.
I will probably go Bears.
I'm gonna go Titans. I want to see what Will Levis does. Then we have Jets at Panthers. I'm gonna go Panthers. They added a lot of they had a lot of good draft picks. I want to see their rookies play.
Mhm.
Who you go?
You said which one we at? Jets at Panthers?
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably go Panthers.
Then we have Jags at Cowboys. I'm gonna go Jags.
One Jags.
Then we have Eagles at Ravens. I'm gonna go Eagles.
Yeah.
Then we have Chargers at Rams.
Hold on, you said Eagles at Ravens? I'll probably go Ravens. I'm gonna go Ravens. And then he said Chargers at Rams. That's a home game for both of them.
I'm gonna go Rams because I watched how they practice. I watched everything that they did, and the mailman looked really good.
I'm gonna go Rams.
And then Sunday, August 12th, we have Chiefs at Saints.
Saints at home.
And then we have 49ers at Raiders. I'm gonna go 49ers because Samantha?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers too.
Okay. So there we have it. We'll see who wins.
I know.
Like a preseason between me and Frank.
And actually to see these many games, especially on the 10th, like again, I know we're not going to see a lot of starters and certain things like that, but I'm actually excited to see what they look like. It's definitely going to make the week pass by a lot better. There's something to do. So let me see. Saturday, I got how many games to watch that I could watch? Oh, right during my training, I could watch this. This is dope. We got 2 games coming on. So let's see. One is going to be, I got to see what channel they're going to show it on. NFL Network. That'd be the Bears. I got it, man. I'll talk about this later.
It's so crazy because my phone is on Pacific time. Like the first game on Saturday for y'all, it's a 1 p.m. game. For me, it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
That's the only thing that I would say that I would like about being out there is that we're 3 hours behind, so everything comes on super early.
And then my 8 o'clock games start at 5 p.m. for me, and then it ends at 8 o'clock my time.
Yeah, you got time to take a shower, relax, do whatever you want to do. Like it's not. That's crazy. That's dope. But hey, I'll be retiring, so I guess I can stay up late.
You can stay up late.
Yeah. But hey, listen, another week down, good topics. We're gonna have more stuff ramping up. Obviously, as more injuries come through, look forward to it. We're still gonna work out probably doing a segment for fantasy football, ranking the top 10, running backs, maybe top 15, wide receivers, tight ends, everything. Look, discussing different lineups for PPR, and non PPR standard. Maybe some strategies. All of us draft differently. And we could discuss some strategies when it comes down to it, and give some listeners a different view. But anyway, that's my take on it. Bree, go ahead and take it away.
Another good week, always remember the standard is the standard. Don't blink, we'll cut your eyelids off. Don't ever miss that opportunity. Always live by Tomlinisms forever, and you will be successful. I hope everyone has a great week. Preseason starts this week, so we have football early. The first game starts September 7th, so can't wait for that. I'll be watching live with Frank. So stay tuned for that. I hope everyone has a fantastic week. New month, new beginnings. Whatever issues you had last month, let's leave them there. Start this month off hot and heavy. My sister and my mom's birthdays are this month. Michael Jackson's birthday's this month. Rest in peace to the iconic legend. Make sure you drink your water, stay hydrated, live for you, and make sure you follow us on all of our social medias. We have on Facebook, Spotify, Twitter. And thanks for listening to Frank Presents the Play Call. Bye.
Peace.